thought it was cute. I love that there were many different themes that she incorporated in these retellings. Some of them were contemporary. Child. Anyway, they were made contemporary. What up, Search fam? Sharde here. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Sharde. I'm out here curating and co-creating a cool ass life and telling you about the books that I read in the month of December. I haven't said this in a while, but I'm gonna say it at the top of the video. If you keep coming back, or this is your first time and you're really vibing with what we got going on over here, please think about subscribing, turning on the notification bell so you know when I post, and join my internet family. You know we love to have you here. All right, folks. Happy New Year. Happy 2025 on the Gregorian calendar. I'm glad we made it to see another one. Big up. Boop, boop, boop. All right, so per usual, you know how this thing goes at this point. I'm going to tell you about the books that I read for the month. I'm going to start with the stack of physical books, my trophies, and then we're going to go to the digital and audio books that I read, which are right here on the iPad with my story graph. Child, how y'all doing? Like, you okay? You making it? For those of us that are in cold weather states, y'all all right? Because I'm not. This cold weather, child, ayúdame. Help me. All right. So, because we know it's December, there will be quite a few holiday-related books. I did not read as many of the holiday books, especially the new ones, as I wanted to. Like, I DNF'd 2 not because they weren't cute, but I got tired of reading. I think I got tired of reading cute and fluffy books. So now we back at it with the dark romance. But we'll talk about that for January wrap up. All right. So one of the books I finished is Deja Brew by Celestine Martin. This was so cute. This is the third book in the series. I don't remember what the series is called, but it's about a magical witch family in this little town, seaside town in New Jersey. And in this installment, the Sirena, who is a chef, she's lost her spark for cooking. She's a kitchen witch and she just can't get it together. So she makes a wish to repeat the month of October over. And she also gets entangled with Gus, who is a historian. He works at the Historical Society, but he's also a former reality star, and he's a magician, like a famous magician, family of magicians. And watching them work out their feelings for one another over cooking and learning how to have fun and like really getting in touch with being comfortable with who they are becoming. It was so lovely. It took me a minute to read this one. Again, not because I don't love the series or the writing, because if Celestine Martin writes it, I'm going to buy it. Like, I have loved all 3 books. She knocks it out the park with each one. And so, yeah, it was super cute, but it took me a minute. I started it in November and finished it in December, which is fine because it goes up through December. So, like, there you go. But yes, I would say definitely pick it up, especially if we're talking about cozy romance. The spice is like, I give it 2.5, 3 by my chili peppers. Like, so there you go. So like, this is really cute. I definitely, so good. Definitely pick her up. Like I told y'all in my holiday romance recommendations, I was going to read Mistlefoe. I was going to read it. But now it has a new cover. Kimberly Lemming published a new cover for this one. And the cover is actually really nice. Like, her artist is fantastic. But the way that he rendered Luca, Halle. I was like, yes, sir. For the girls. But yes, so, and if you didn't watch recommendations. This is about a chick named Ruby who goes to a fox demon, Luca, to beg him to take the curse off of her father's shop that has all of the weapons. Talking back. And they are ridiculous. Okay. So he's like, sure, I'll do it, but you're going to come play my mate at this event that I have to go to so I could go get my territory from Dragon King. So yes, we already know how I feel about Kimberly Lemming. There you go. I also reread Dear Monster Claus by Maeve Black. Again, if you point you back to the holiday recommendations, it's very cute. I enjoyed it this third or fourth time that I read it. And like I said, I did tab this when I read it last year, I think. So yes, that's a hit for me. Now, I feel like I told y'all that my friends and I, my book friends and I are doing Sisterhood of the Traveling Books. Okay, so we're doing partner reads, and so there's 4 of us. So I did my first, I guess my second round of partner reading. I switched with my best friend Key, and she picked Abra, which is the 3rd book in the Third Street Conjure Boys series by Nikki Clark. And I've read this before. Like I read it early 2023, and I have my own copy. Actually, I bought her this copy. And so she picked this one, and so I did my partner read. I don't know if I can see it. Hold on. So I did my partner read, and partner reading is so much fun. It is so much fun. The commentary, and as you can see, is she already getting thick. Like there you go. She's already getting thick. You know what I'm saying? So like, but this is about, it's pretty much like unrequited second chance romance. They get transported back in time and have to figure it out, and it's just they're so grumpy with one another, and I swear Blossom beat our Abra's ass. And so I stay in this series. This is one of my favorite series that I discovered in the last couple of years. Nikki Clark did her thing, so yeah, definitely pick her up. I also read You Make It Feel Like Christmas by Tony Shiloh. This was cute. This was very cute. It was about Star, who's coming home because she lost her job. She's trying to figure things out, but she's also not telling her family because she don't want them to be disappointed in her. And she's a bridesmaid in her sister's wedding to her ex. Lots of drama. And her sister needed her ass beat. But then she starts to help Waylon, who's like her brother's best friend, to get his late mother's Christmas shop, the marketing and things done, because that's what she does. And so them falling for each other. And Waylon is sure about this one. And so it was super cute. Not very spicy to me. I don't think there was any, because like I said, I don't remember how many books I read, but it was very cute. So yes, I enjoyed it. Would I pick it up again? Probably not, but I did enjoy it for the read it was. I also read Love in Color by Bolu Babalolo. And it is short stories, retellings of different cultural women figures. And I thought it was cute. I love that there were many different themes that she incorporated in these retellings. Some of them were contemporary. Anyway, they were made contemporary. They were made contemporary, so I enjoyed it. I did. And I read this at the top of the month. I did a reread of Act Your Age, Eve Brown. I read it on my Kindle, I believe, because I have a digital copy. But I am going to get a physical copy because I just love this book so much. So much. I also read The Perfect Gift by Cleo Evans. Is a holiday novella. This one was spicy, child. And it had me going, wait, what? Because this chick, she is supposed to be having this romantic holiday weekend with her husband. And then these 2 lumberjacks come and they end up doing my girl sideways, up and down, round and round. And I'm like, did y'all just break into her house and like make her husband watch? But I'm not gonna tell you about the plot twist. But yeah, it was, child, it scratches the spicy itch. I'll say that much. I also read A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faisal, and I read this one partially, like I started it in hard copy, and then I did the audiobook, and I really enjoyed the audiobook. This was for my heist research, right? So I thought this was an excellent book. I really enjoyed it. So this is about Arthi, who is, I want to say she's Indian coded, because it is like written in sort of a differently named setting, but it's giving like British colonialism and all that. And so she runs a tea shop that also caters to vampires, and the government want her out of there. And so like she's about to lose her tea shop, and so she has to find this book to expose the government, and it's a wild ride. I enjoyed it a lot. It was very good. I also read an audiobook, The Cat Next Door by Amy Award, and this is the third book in the Cocky Kingman series. And baby Hayes is a cinnamon roll golden retriever, so cute. Now, so in this one, Hayes, who's one of the younger Kingpins, he's 21, fresh rookie recruit to the football dynasty family, and he is in love with Willa, who is a member, like her brother used to play with Hayes, and now he's a hating asshole because he's jealous that Hayes got drafted, and he feels like that he abandoned the team and all this thing, all the things. And so, but Willa is very opinionated, and like she be getting her twin brother together. But it's so cute watching her and Hayes, because Hayes is a virgin. Like he's just a sweet baby, sweet summer child. And so watching them sort of navigate, like he's like all in. I'm going to do whatever I gotta do because she is mine. And she's like, ooh, well, I'm not trying to stay here, because she comes back in town to visit, and then ends up watching her uncle's coffee shop while they go on a world cruise. And so she's like, oh, I'm not trying to stay here. I'm trying to go back to Vietnam and teach. Like, so watching them it was adorable. It's very, very fluffy, very good. I also listened to Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver, which is in the Ruinous Love series. So the first book was Butcher and Blackbird. Leather and Lark was great. A great time. I feel about it like I feel about Butcher and Blackbird. Like, watch you got to get the trigger warnings, because it's it's murderers. Like, it's an assassin and a serial killer. So there you go. But let me tell y'all something. The person that voiced Lachlan, I'm blushing already because give that man all the things. Whew. I also listened to Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, and I got this off of a rec from Lexi, who I've watched on YouTube, and it's a YA whodunit mystery novel, and I'm going to read the second one because I devoured this in like a day. I listened to it probably like on 2.5 speed. So that's how I listened to my audiobooks. But I was in it, and I ended up on a road trip. So like that helped. I was just like devouring it. And it was so good. It's about this, this school for like gifted, talented young people. The main character, Stevie, is like deeply into crime and like solving things. And so she goes to this school because she's trying to solve the murder and disappearance of the founder of the school's wife and daughter. And there ends up being a murder of one of the students. And she figures it out. She's brilliant. And so like it's marketed as like for people who enjoy Agatha Christie. I thought it was fantastic. I ate that shit up. It was so good. So I can't wait to listen to the second one. And then the last audiobook that I listened to was Portrait of a Thief by Grace D. Lee. And like I said, I'm doing my research on my heists, y'all. And it was very good. I started it in a digital book and then ended up getting the audiobook. And the audiobook was very good. It had 2 narrators for the female characters and the male characters. And I thought it was so good. It's about these college students who are Chinese and Chinese American who end up trying to steal back artifacts, Chinese art artifacts that are held in various museums. So it talks a lot about the immigrant experience, about identity and nationhood, but also about colonialism. And it's fantastic. I enjoyed it very much. I also read Christmas with Kris Kringle by Kasha Thompson, which it was adorable. It's about, I want to say her name is B, and she does marketing for this this shopping center. And Chris, who is the Santa Claus, like he gets hired to be Santa Claus. And so it's them coming together, but kind of find out Chris is a millionaire and like a tech mogul, and B is having trouble figuring like, why would you, why is you a Santa? And what you mean? So watching them navigate that, and like B's sister, it has Down syndrome, so she's navigating her sister wanting to be more independent and trying to let go and all of those things. It was very good. I also read Rootwork by Tracy Cross, that is about a family of sisters for who Rootwork runs in the family. Their aunt is a root worker. And so they spend the summer with her. One of the sisters she's deeply into and wants to be a root worker. The oldest, that's the middle sister. The oldest sister wants nothing to do with it. She's trying to get out the house. She won't go be with her man. She's trying to leave and go get her education, because it's written in like the 1940s, 50s, set in Louisiana. And then the youngest, she's just kind of here for the vibes, but it turns out she's the one that actually has the gifts for conjuring root work in some really significant ways. So like watching their interactions and like what happens, it deals with like issues of race and policing and like police brutality and all. Like it was very good. I also read digitally The Unlikely Romance of Kate Bjorkman. I told you I was going to read that. That's one of my favorite comfort holiday reads. And then Wrapped Up in You by Talia Hibbert, which I read digitally. And it's friends to lovers. And Abby is prickly. I love the way Talia Hibbert writes Grumpy Sunshine. I just love it so much. And that it's usually kind of grumpy women and like golden retriever-esque men, or just like softer men, and they love the prickliness. And so Abby and Will are childhood best friends. Will is also best friends with Abby's twin brother. And so he's a famous actor, British actor that's living in the United States. He's popped off and he's tired of acting. He's like, child, I'm not doing this no more. I'm going home and I'm gonna let Abby know that she mine and I want her, and we gonna be together. And so he's trying to hatch a plan to get Abby to see that he's actually interested in her. And she has feelings for him too. She's a divorcee, so she's dealing with like issues of worth and things like that behind how her marriage went and her divorce went. And she was like, child, of course you like me, we friends, like, but don't do this. And so it's a novella, but like it's them getting together and like being real about their feelings, and lovely. And there's cats involved and an eccentric grandmother. It was a good time. I also read the Monsters We Defy by Leslie Penelope, which was so good. Oh my goodness. I enjoyed it so much. This one is about, again, another conjurer. This is set in Harlem Renaissance. So like we're talking 1920s, 1930s, DC. And the main character is a conjurer. She can like commune with the spirits, but at a cost, right? And she and Clara, she also like has her grandmother. Her grandmother comes and like talks to her. Her grandmother's a spirit now because her grandmother has transitioned, and I love that. And so people are going, like becoming shells of themselves and then going missing. And so she ends up having to figure out what is going on after this lady brings her son, and her son is just like a shell of himself. And she's like, I'm trying to keep him from leaving because he's always trying to walk out. And so she's like communing with the spirit that she kind of owes a debt to. And she has powers that she don't want to use, and like all the things that we figure out why. But she ends up being tasked by the spirit to retrieve a ring that's like on the most powerful gangster wife's former opera singer, like owns, it's because it's during Prohibition. She owns like a distiller, like business and things like that. And she ends up getting with this famous, like he's locally famous musician. He real fine. He's fine and charming and things like that. Turns out he too has a debt to one of the spirits, and so they get together, and his cousin and this the chick that's rooming with Clara, who's like and she's albino but also like was in a circus, and like she's a pickpocket. Again, ragtag group people, heist. It's a great time. I enjoyed it so much. The plot twist, the world development. Oh, pick it up. If you haven't read it, read it. It was absolutely great. I also read Yule with the Wild God. It was all right. It was predictable. I love the idea of it, but I think the execution could have been a little bit better. It's about this graduate student. She's fresh off of a heartbreak because I think she was like, it was like either a professor or like a classmate or something, and they just did her wrong because she's plus sized and she's, witchy or whatever. So she goes up to her aunt's cabin in the woods for Christmas break, and like she's celebrating Yule, and she ends up catching the eye of a forest deity who's fine immediately. But like his thing is he's attached to the trees and the forest, but like he's dealing with the fact that people don't believe like they used to, and so like he ends up like he still has to stay there, but he ends up so enamored and enraptured with her, and he's like, that's my mate, child. And so like he trying to turn her every way but loose. And so like like I said, I really loved the premise, but the writing was just kind of meh for me. And then the last book I read on my Kindle was Tipsy, a Why Choose Holiday Willow Cove novelette by Dominic Shaw. And this is about these two brothers who decide that their childhood friend that has always been around, she got a son and like he's 10. They're like, this is it. We tired. We want her real bad. We want her right now. And so they say, fuck it. We gonna get her. And that's all it is. It's very short. It's like 30 pages. And so baby, they went in there and they got to it. And it was a happily ever after, and it was all good. And they love her son, and like that's our baby. And so I mean, it was fine. It was fine to me. So in total I read 19 books this month, and I think it was a pretty good reading month. I read more books than I thought I was going to reach out. But hopefully you find something that you like there. Like there were quite a few books of the new books that I read that I was just like, you should absolutely read it. But anyway, as always, friends, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend about the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.